Ian, another game against Rangers, Cove Rangers, this weekend in the league on Saturday. In many ways, it's as important a game as last Sunday at Ibrox.
Absolutely is. The next game's always the most important one for us, and it's another chance to put 3 points on the board and try and close gaps on teams with the way other fixtures go. But we have to take care of business ourselves. We know we're playing a team who can cause us problems, who cause other teams problems, who are fighting for their lives as well near the end of the table. They've got a really good squad when you look at it on paper, so we have to be on our game.
Yeah. So taking a look at potential team selection for this weekend, referring back to Ibrox, amongst others, Adam Masson performed really well in Ross Millen's absence. What's the prognosis on Ross, and again, how impressed were you with young Adam?
Yeah, firstly I thought Adam done very, very well. A different game from normal. Obviously we didn't have much of the ball in the game. We're playing against top quality side and top quality individuals as well in a really intense and daunting atmosphere, so for Adam to be put in there fairly last minute with minimal preparation, done fantastically well. We've got to be careful with young players sometimes and dip them in and out of the squad as well, but he took his chance, done really well. Really good for Adam, I think, after the Dundee semi-final, which I knew he'd bounce back. It was just one of those occasions where we had to change it, never let it get to him. Shows he has a really good mentality. On Ross, again, slightly better news. He's progressing really well. We weren't sure how long it would be, but after consultations this week and scans this week, it's probably the best we could hope for. He's probably got a 50-50 for next Sunday, and certainly if he misses next Sunday, I'm hopeful he'll be back for the next home game.
All right, yeah, it certainly could have been a lot worse from the initial worries on Ross.
Yeah, potentially it was end of Ross's season. That's how bleak it could have been for us, and it would have been a nightmare for Ross and a nightmare for the squad as well, because we're down to quite low numbers. But great, he's experienced, he knows his own body, so if we can get him ready for Sunday, great. If not, then we have to shuffle the pack.
Exactly. Yeah. You talked about minutes on the pitch there for Adam Masson. Also, Ethan Ross got but almost 25 minutes. Great to see him back in action, and hopefully no reaction from that action.
Yeah, there'd been no reaction for Ethan. Again, a high demanding game to go into. Again, slightly different, not as much of the ball as we normally have, but he had to work very hard. Thought he'd done very well also, created some really good opportunities for us in the game. I've always said that I like Ethan. It's about trying to get Ethan right. It's been a tough season for him. It's been tough for us. Try to work with him because it's been stop-start. We had to get to the root of the problem. It seems that we have done that. So we'll build Ethan up now towards the end of the season and try and get him a good pre-season under his belt and ready to go. Yeah.
Another player who relished playing on that big pitch at Ibrox, that quality surface, was Dylan Easton. You'll be pleased, however, if he can score a goal like the one up in Aberdeen last time we played Cove.
Yeah, wonderful goal. Right foot, then a left foot volley, all in the same movement. Really good quality that Dylan has. We know that. Again, different game for him on Sunday at Ibrox because of the lack of ball that we had, and when we had it, we had to be good with it. We had to be careful with it, and we're getting pressed higher. We're getting players around us quicker. Space closes down much quicker. So boys overall done really well considering the circumstances. Saturday's game is completely different, no easier. I have to say it'll be very difficult. We have to make sure we have the right mentality, and we have to make sure we have the right levels of quality to go win the game, because it's an opportunity at home going into a cup final to put 3 points on the board.
You mentioned Ross Millen and Ethan Ross. What is the overall injury picture? I'm thinking Captain Scott Brown and Jamie Gullen.
Yeah, Jamie's out. Jamie had a again consultation this week. He's going to need an operation on his groin area. Very similar to Ethan Ross. So we're probably looking, we'll be lucky to see Jamie, I think, before the end of the season, just with the time span. Scott Brown's trained. He just missed out last week. He tried to train on the Friday and Saturday and still felt pain, and we just felt, looking at the game, the slightest of bangs could have knocked him for the rest of the season, so we left it. After speaking to Scott, he's back training, looking really good. He's never been away, to be honest with you, so he comes back in. We've picked up a couple more bumps and bruises into our squad, so we're light again, we're bare. It's been a frustrating season on that side of it. We've never really had a good run at it and been able to call upon players, and I think the depth that we've had is going to has been detrimental to the points tally, and it's been very difficult for us, but we try to get on with it. We try not to bleat on about it too much, because there's nothing you can do. But if boys aren't fit to play, they're not fit to play, and you move on.
Yeah, I understand that Scott Brown might have been one of the guys that offered to go on the bench if needed for Ibrox, just in case. Is that true?
Yeah, it's that's Scott's mentality, that's Scott's attitude. You know, it's not the first time this season he's came to me and offered to play. Yeah, I think we were struggling once at right back, and he's phoning me up on a Friday night offering to play at right back. It just takes so much away from our team and his game if you do that. I mean, he's capable. There's no doubt about it. But I love that. I love that for the good of the team mentality. You know, forgetting about himself, doing all the dirty work. He's been a credit to himself this season more than anything. You know, I've been delighted with Scott, as I have with most of the players. You know, and again, it's about having that mentality within the squad, having that environment created around the squad. And when you've got guys like Scott and Brad and Aidan and Dylan, Tom Lang, Jamie McDonald, then you're building a little bit for the future, and you have to entice players that have the same mentality, because if they don't have the mentality of the players you have already who've set the standards, then there's going to be a problem.
Exactly, yeah. Obviously the mantra is always one game at a time, but this weekend is another chance for players to stake a claim for the final a week on Sunday, isn't it?
That's exactly it. Yeah. The players, you know, we go out and win on Saturday with the team that we pick, then they're in pole position for the cup final, barring maybe a tactical switch or a tweak here or there, or an injury to someone, unfortunately. But yeah, they're playing for cup final positions. There's no doubt about that. I think we all want to be involved in these games. We all want to be, you know, managing and playing in these games, because that's why you train every single day. That's why you go through the grueling pre-season. That's why you go to games away from home on a cold Tuesday, Wednesday night, so you get to try and, you know, celebrate the good times. We deal with Cove Rangers on Saturday first. We try and get the 3 points. It takes us into good form going into that cup final.
Yeah. Finally, the other key ingredient of any match, particularly cup finals, and this weekend against Cove, is the support you get from the stands. There was queues outside the ticket office. Our extra allocation is now sold out in the last half hour, 45 minutes or so. How important a role did the supporters have this weekend and next Sunday?
Huge. It's not just the whole season they've been behind us. They've been fantastic to us. Of course they've had disappointments like us, because when we win together and we lose together, it's as simple as that. We all want the best for Raith Rovers. We all try our best for Raith Rovers. Sometimes it's not our day, but the support that we've had from the stands and around the town actually has been tremendous. And I'm immensely proud of the way the supporters have rallied for us. I'm immensely proud of the way the players have rallied for them, and I think it's testament to everybody in Kirkcaldy and beyond who are coming from far. I believe we've got a lot of people coming from down south, that we've sold out our initial allocation, we've sold out our extra allocation, and I think we're going to have to ask for more.
We'll see if we get any luck with that request, but let's end by saying thanks and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.